Hello. So we're going to do something a little bit different today. But before we do that, thank you for being here. You know what to do if you enjoyed this reading. So yeah, we're doing something different today. So today, I'm going to say it as well as just after the in bulk is Ishtar's day. So this will be a message from the great lady herself, Ishtar, not me. So we're going to do something a little bit different. So I was drawn to pull the Ogham sticks, tree sticks, today on our Dismembering Tarot group. Very interesting. So what I thought I would do is I'm just going to film this all the way through. I'm not going to film separate videos. I will put timestamps in if I can find them. I will make, so as I'm doing it, I will make a note of the time and I will timestamp these different aspects or different steps of your journey so far. So there's, from the Ogham sticks that I've already pulled out, I've got ink all over my fingers, so please excuse that when I'm pulling the cards. So there are 3 distinct stages of, probably get ink all over my face now, of this particular part of your journey. Yeah, so let's have a look and what we've got. So these are what they look like. So Ogham sticks, they 20 different Ogham sticks. It's not going to focus. Will it focus on that? No. Doesn't want to. Okay. Each one of these sticks is a different type of wood, yeah, which is why they look different, yeah. And each wood carries a particular energy, okay. So this one is Blackthorn. So you can see the mark. Oh, there we go. Look, you can see the markings on that, yeah. So that's Blackthorn. Then we have Broom. And then we have, these don't sit, so I've got a mind of their own, so please excuse that. And then we have, which is weird because it came up today, Ash. This came up in the group today, Ash. So I'm going to put those 2 over there while we focus on this part of the journey, which is Blackthorn. So I'm not going to read the great big swathes of text. Put it like that, actually. You still can't see it. No, it doesn't want to be seen. That's quite interesting. No. I haven't got any blue tack handy. No, doesn't want to. Doesn't want to. There we go. Sort of. There we go. Okay, so Blackthorn. In a nutshell, the unfolding path from chaos. So Blackthorn, I don't know if you've ever seen a Blackthorn bush. It's very spiky, very thorny. And it is said that if you get one stuck in you, you want to be careful because that could so it's said, you know, could go septic quite quickly. Is very good for any kind of protection magic. So if you're doing a witch bottle or something, very good for that. But if you're going to harvest it, please ask permission first from the tree, and please be careful. Yeah. That's why it has this kind of chaotic energy around it. Yeah, because it is quite fizzy. So this part of the journey is the unfolding path from chaos. So it's something that looks very chaotic on the surface. Will have an underlying path that kind of weaves through and out of it. Yeah. So where is this path leading you? So we're going to ask that question. We're going to pull some cards on that. Where is this path leading you? What is your perspective? Yeah. So where are you on this particular path? Yeah. On this part of the path. Because your perception will be shaped by your perspective. What you see will be shaped by where you are seeing it from. Okay. There is no doubt that there have been or are challenges on this part of the path. I think we all get that right now. However, I would say the more challenging the path, and the more you have to dig deep, or the deeper you have to dig, yeah, to keep going on that path, the greater the reward will be. This always comes back to, doesn't matter what passes in front of your magical eyes, it always, without fail, brings you back here, brings you back into here. Yeah, here. This is where you dig deep from. You don't dig deep from crap out there. Yeah, you dig deep from in here. That's what the great work is. Yeah, it's what can I pull out of here? But you can either let go of, or use your magical toolbox, for want of a better word, that you can use to use it as a prop, or use as a hand grip or a foothold to get you past whatever this is. Yeah. Sorry, I was cold a minute ago. Just take that off. As I call that my bear coat, because it is very warm. So the more you have to dig deep, yeah, the greater that reward is going to be. So you could call that anything. What is that reward? Well, what do you want it to be? Do you want it to be going further along this path of evolution? Well, I would say that is that's the main goal here. Anything else is a bonus. Yeah. Yeah. So let's ask some questions, shall we? Right, first of all, let's take one or two from this deck. This is the guiding light. So the question is, where is this unfolding path from the chaos? Where is it leading you? Okay. Where is this path leading you? That is the question. Where is this path? So there's a very big cards. Let me just put that back there. Where is this path leading you? Okay. Well, that's a lot of cards. Is this going to be this, or this, is it? Okay. So, let's see. Beacon of light. Okay. That kind of speaks for itself. So, that's one possibility. This is going to be a multi-layered thing. I can see it right now. Bumpy ride. Okay, yeah, we've already got that in the unfolding path from chaos. So, yeah, I would say just so you can see them. So yeah, there is definitely some kind of, this is interesting because that's what Ishtar's all about, bringing light to the world. So beacon of light, it's going to be a bit bumpy, yeah. Wow. But you're going to end up in a place of what we call love consciousness. So some people call that unconditional love, but it's essentially the expansive energy that it creates. That's what it is, yeah. Oh, yes. So this message keeps coming up for me right now. Drop the victim mentality, yeah. Absolutely. And that can be a challenge. That can be a challenge, especially if, you know, your life's not been easy. So, now that's interesting. So, where is this unfolding path leading you? Well, it's leading you to this, the actualization, yeah, of your being. Yeah, your actualization of your being, which is light. Neutrinos, if you like, yeah. And whether you take on the role of leader, teacher, mentor, you know, that's not something you have to go and study for. Yeah, it's just who you are. Lead by example. Yeah, it's going to be a bit bumpy. Yeah, don't worry about that. Just don't resist the ride. Yeah, which is kind of what this is saying. What is your perspective? Yeah, what is your perspective? Because your perception will be influenced by where you are on your journey. So this is, I know this is going to be multi-layered spirals within spirals. So we have 3 different aspects of the journey, and within the first aspect of the journey, where are you on this part of the journey? Are you at this place where, you know, you feel like you are at least beginning to entertain the idea that this isn't it, there's more, yeah. And living it, being it, yeah. Are you at the bumpy ride stage? If you are, don't worry, yeah. You just, this is so much easier said than done sometimes. One of the things you can do, if it's all getting a bit, if walking's your thing, go for a walk. Yeah, it is so helpful. And if you can walk with someone, walk and talk. I find that very helpful. No, alchemizing. Yeah, especially if you can walk in a woods or on a marshes or on some land. Yeah, on the land. Are you at this place where you are connecting with the part of you that's bigger and sees everything? Some people call it soul or higher self, whatever. I like to call it what it is, part of you that's bigger and sees everything. Or are you still stuck in, now this can be very subtle. Victim mentality can be very subtle. So just keep your eyes open, your ears peeled, yeah, so to speak. But those little things that creep in when you're least expecting it, yeah? And just, if they come up, have a look. Maybe flip it, yeah? So you can get to this place of consciousness, connecting with part of you that's bigger and sees everything. Maybe, resisting, or no resisting. Allowing yourself to feel that when it comes up, hold a space for it, breathe, or go for a walk, or do whatever it is that you can kind of channel that, yeah, through creativity, yeah. Doesn't matter what that is. What is that for you? Yeah, that's the question. But essentially, this here. This is us. Yeah. If you're watching this, you'll know what I mean. This is us. All right. Okay. So that is where the path is leading you. Do we want to ask some more questions on this? No. Okay. Yes. Okay. So what can you tell me about each of these 4 stages within the first layer of this message? Okay, we're going to do what? One random one up the wrong way. So I'm going to put that under there. We'll do that in a minute. So 1 from that one from this one. I'll do what I did earlier, because that's quite interesting. So 1 for bumpy ride, please. Can we have something? Ooh. Don't cheat. Don't look at the card. Don't look at my cards. Sorry. Okay. Ooh. Right, we don't want all those. We'll have the one that's up the right way. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, you've disturbed all my cards now, Missy. Thank you. So keep your eye on that one, because that one disturbed all the cards. So we'll have a look. It's not under bumpy ride though, which is interesting. Right. One of those, because Ishtar is associated, stop it, with lions. Right, we're not taking those. Do them up that way. Okay, so 1 for the victim mentality card. Thank you very much. Let's see what I've got. So, more information on the beacon of light. Gift yourself. And what have we got up in the top there? And you could say that's the sun, but it looks like more than that to me. It's illuminating a portal. It's also illuminating lots of crystals, and it's illuminating your treasure. What does that mean? Well, if you are realizing your true alignment, which would be to being this being of light, some people call it homo luminous. I quite like that idea. It's quite nice. I like that. Yeah, I'm on board with that one. Then aligning with this is the most amazing gift. isn't it? You can give to yourself by allowing yourself to align with who you truly are. Now, how do I know? How do I know that there's more than this dense, so-called dense physical body here? If you've ever been in a deep meditative state or a very focused, that's the noise it makes, a very focused, creative state, flow, whatever you want to call that, yeah? The whole of everything disappears. Even this disappears, yeah? So that's how I know that there is more. Also, if you practice any kind of magical workings and you've experienced something outside of this, yeah, you will know there's something more. Yeah. So I really like this. This is really cool. Even the colours are very similar. I like that. Okay, bumpy ride. What's under here? Action. Oh, movement needed. Oh, wow. That's amazing. So it says here, don't be afraid to make a change. So what is this person doing? Now, somewhere along here, I think it was here, wasn't it? When I was talking about, finding ways to, when that stuff comes up, it's like, if you know yourself, you'll know the things that work for you at that moment in time, because it does change and evolve, which is a bit annoying, but that's the way it is. You can allow that, that's fine. But during this bumpy ride, you might need to go over here, go over there, woo, go do like that. So that can take movement. Yeah. Think of it like an assault course, or steering a boat, driving a car, all those things. If it's a bit bumpy, you need to steer and course correct and all that stuff, yeah? So this is what this is saying. I like that. Very helpful. Thank you. Okay, what's under the true love card? Ooh, resistance. We have the moon. Wow. Wow. So, and what's interesting is you have, I think this is a vine, not a snake. You have a vine wrapped around this arrowhead with looks like a maple leaf, and the moon. Yeah. Don't get tied up in it's an arrow, so it's gonna be the mind, because it's air. Arrows fly through the air, yeah. So this is mind stuff. So don't let the mind, that USB stick stuck in the head, running all those weird programs, don't let that undermine, because it's literally underneath it. Don't let it undermine this connection you have to the part of you that's bigger and sees everything, or love consciousness, or unconditional love, whatever you want to call that. Yeah. Don't let it undermine. Don't let it twist. Don't let it twist it. Don't let it bind you to resisting. And we've got resistance here as well. Let go of the resistance. Wow. Okay. That's very helpful. Okay. I like that. Okay. Get this little one out. Ooh. Okay. Yes. Yes. Oh, this is brilliant. I love it. So this says spectrums of colour, or colour spectrums. So it says self-expression, movement, letting out emotion. So that's what I said. If you need to channel it through movement, yeah, through not letting it bind you, through gifting yourself, the best gift you can ever give yourself is allowing yourself to be you, in what's in here, yeah, or out here, or both. Why can't it be both? So yeah, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. I like the word. It's got the word movement right in the middle there. Yeah, that's what I said about, there's something, and that stuff comes up. Find something that incorporates movement. Yeah, so whether it's walking or, I don't know, being creative, whatever it is, get something moving. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I like that. Right. So we're going to go on to the next one. So I'm just going to grab the time stamp, which is 2717. 2717. Okay. Right, let's pop these away. Right. Thank you, Hawthorne, for your messages. Very cool. Right, next we have Broom. I don't know why I did that. Just flying around like a witch on a broomstick. I like that. Okay. Broom. So broom. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Broom. What do you think when I say the word broom? Sweeping. Yeah. Clearing. Yeah. So this is your way forward. So are you on this part of the journey where you've done the unfolding path from chaos and now you're moving past that, you're moving forward? Yeah. So this is the clean sweep. Like that. Yeah. So once you're on the other side of that chaos, yeah, it might be a bit of tidying up to do. That's what Discordia does all the time. She sweeps up all the chaos and she creates out of it. Same with Kali. So this clean sweep could be on one or all levels, yeah, or a combination. So it could be mental body, the emotional body, the physical body. It could be connections with part of you that's bigger and sees everything, whatever it is. Yeah, it could just be clearing out stuff out of your cupboard. Yeah. So whatever that is, there is a restoration of peace and harmony after the chaos. Yeah, which is where this creativity comes in. So following on from Blackthorn, this is the next step. Yeah. So the question we are going to ask is, what can you let go of in order to, what's that say? Regain. Can't read my own writing. What can you let go of to regain your peace, your balance, your clarity? Woo! That one. Okay. Definitely that one. Okay. No, not those. So I'm going to take one of those. Pardon me. And a couple of Druidic Tarot. Okay, a couple of these, yeah. There we go. Thank you. Are you ready? Ha! You serious? Okay. So this is where we start. As a direct follow-on from the from the Blackthorn, yeah. Wow. Beacon of light. So you're here. Boom. This is the clean sweep. This realization, even if it's just the first little twinkling, yeah, it's there. That's amazing. You ready? Ooh, Judgment. Interesting card. Oh, and I love that. It's got a Carnix right there. Old Celtic war horn. Wow. And the Seven of Swords. Wow. Okay. So, what can you let go of in order to regain your peace? Okay. You can let go of, okay, literally, judgment. Let go of judgment. Yeah. Let go of the need to be right. Let go of anything that yeah, either way, either letting go of something or things that make you feel inferior, or let go of anything that makes you feel superior. Yeah, so bring it back to that middle pillar, middle path, which is the peace and the harmony. So let go of the extremes. Yeah. And again, here, let go of the struggle, the mind struggle. Yeah. Very interesting. Because when you're in a place here, when you're in this place, this is irrelevant. The mind struggle is irrelevant when you're in this place. Just feels like the back of my head went. I love it when that happens. Okay. We're going to go dragons? No, we're going to go horses. Okay, we'll go horses then. I wanted to go dragons, so never mind. So be it. So, this is the Way of the Horse. Beautiful deck. I bought many years ago and never really kind of connected with it, but times have changed, don't they? Okay, so what do we want to know? We want to know a little bit more on these two cards, on the Judgment card and on the Seven of Swords, please. One card for each, maybe? Yeah? If you like, please. The horse is going to play today. That would be nice. I don't want to cut the deck. Right. 2, 2, 1, 2. Thank you. If you ever pull cards, you'll know that some decks like it one way and other decks like it another way. So, let's see what horses can tell us about the Judgment card. Ooh, that's beautiful, isn't it? This is up close. You've got your, keep your eye on it. Yeah. Keep your eyes on it. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. And this one. Oh, wow. I will look at the book for these as well. Isn't that beautiful? So there's light streaming down. I'd say that's moonlight streaming down on this horse who's kind of playing. So what that's kind of telling me. So we've got keep your eye on this, yeah, these extremes. And at the same time, it's almost like saying play with your mind. Let your mind be illuminated, but play with it. Yeah. As the Hathors say, you want to play? Let's play. I like that. So let's check out the book for these two cards and see if there's anything else. It's a beautiful book as well. Look at this. Gorgeous. Proper book. So we have number 22. In a silent way. Oh my goodness. So the question was, what can you let go of in order to regain your peace? You let go of those extremes, and where do you get to? The silent way. Patience and equanimity, poise under pressure, passive leadership. Also grace under pressure. Yeah. So you don't allow yourself to be swung this way or that way, or, you know, you stay. Wow. The gift. Okay. So what did we get in that first, in Blackthorn? Gift. Your own, you gift yourself. Yeah. So the gift is okay. Kind of weird. From the barn to the boardroom, flamboyant alpha style leaders are promoted as a force of nature. But imagining an alternative way may be easier than you think. Just put yourself in the horse's place. Which herd mate would you choose to follow? The one who chases you away from the hay pile, or the one who leads you to water and lets you drink? So yeah, this is about relinquishing ambition. There we go. relinquishing either extreme. Yeah. That's very cool. Just scan this and see if there's anything else. Patience, yeah, get that. So be patient with yourself when you're keeping your eye on it. Yeah. It's very, very, because it tells a story of horses that the author knows. Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, here we go. While some of us have a calmer, less reactive disposition by nature, even highly sensitive, energetic individuals can develop patience and equanimity over time through experience and education, especially in the presence of leaders who are themselves clear, consistent, and steadfast under pressure. Grace under pressure. Yeah. Tempering passion with poise is a winning combination, and you'll know you've achieved this delicate balance in some aspect of your life. Ooh. When others choose to follow your example willingly, joyfully, simply because they feel greater clarity and balance when you're around. Baba boom. How cool is that? Okay, number 29. Let's see what this says. 26, 28. Very long, yes. That's 29. Where's it gone? 29. It actually looks like Black Beauty, actually. Love that show. Makes me cry. Black Horse Wisdom. Oh, wow. So what is it I said? This is unnecessary. When you're here, this is unnecessary. This struggle with the mind is unnecessary. So it says knowledge that defies logic. Exploring what society suppresses or ignores. Yeah. Treasure hidden in darkness. That says that, doesn't it? Okay. Like this. This is the mind stuff right here. Here we go. What appears to your conscious mind as darkness is simply the unknown. A fruitful yet formidable realm of untapped possibility. That's the void space right there. Dancing with uncertainty raises your confidence and artistry in collaborating with the greater mysteries of life. Boom. Yeah. So learning to ride the energy of what can't be explained, it involves courage, creativity, and well-honed instincts. Know thyself. Yeah. What is it? Losing your balance now and then. Even wandering off course is all part of the skill and the thrill of moving beyond what civilization has already mapped through reason, language, and social protocol. So hiccup. Let's break with that, yeah, and go here. So what can you let go of in order to regain your peace? Let go of the extremes, yeah. Let go of the unnecessary mind stuff. I like that a lot. How cool is that, guys? Yeah. Okay. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So this will be 4405. 4405. Right. Let's take those out. There. Thank you, Broom, for your messages. Lovely. And last but by no means least, hello. We have Ash. Ashy Ash. Ash. This is an amazing energy right here. And this came up earlier. So this ash is a key to a truth. I would say it's the truth of a universal nature. So this is, and I used to hear Linda McGillis talk about the difference between a truth and the truth. Yeah. So it's always going to be dependent on your perception is always going to be dependent on your perspective. So how you see things is always going to be informed on whereabouts on your journey you are. Are you down the bottom of the hill, the middle, or the top? You're going to see different things, yeah, depending on where you are on that journey. Let me just go there for a minute. So a truth, yeah, would be down the bottom of the hill. You see just, I don't know, lots of, well, just like green everywhere because you can't see any further than the bit of forest that's either side of you. You go up the hill a bit and it's hard work, yeah. But you can see treetops now. You can see beyond the the trees that were kind of hemming you in, yeah. Once you get to the top, oh my goodness. You can see where you've come from. You can see where you might go, different options, yeah. But you get a much broader, sorry, I've got an itchy nose, a much broader perception of your experience because your perspective has shifted, yeah. So the truth is going to be different depending where you are on that journey. However, there are some truths which are universal. Although what I would say about that is that if you're looking at the void space as a place of learning, things change very quickly. So there's a truth right there. The truth is that things evolve and change. There we go. That is the truth. Yeah. So this is a key. So ash is a key for the truth of a universal nature. Yeah. So for the spiritual warrior, so I heard someone describe this the other day and I thought it was really cool actually. So a spiritual warrior isn't someone who's going out with a sword and fighting everybody, yeah, because that's from the Broom reading, that is the extreme. That's a polarized point of view, yeah, that you have to go and fight everybody. Well, actually, no, you don't. Now and again, you might have to use defensive stuff, you know, in whatever way, shape, or form. But you don't have to go and fight everybody. No, you don't. You really don't. However, the spiritual warrior will look into the void space, will look into the shadows, and might put a bit of light in there, maybe. But they're not afraid of looking. They're not shy about looking into the shadows. Yeah. And from my own personal experience, you know, we're walking on this journey, on this path of witchcraft. I would see many things in the darkness and many things in the shadows that weren't there. So I created my own my own truths in the void space, yeah, and they were not true. Okay, I love that. So yeah, spiritual warrior is someone who is not shy about looking into the void. Yeah. So this truth is the basis of your being. Yeah. And we'll find out what this truth is. Yeah. And it is the true nature of everything. It's going to be interesting. All is interlinked. Everything is a spiral within a spiral. as everything, so a spiral breathes in and out, it moves in and out, it goes around and it expands and contracts as it breathes. Yeah. Again, I would say that is the truth of a universal nature, that everything breathes, everything expands and everything contracts, whether that's on a cosmic level or on a microbiome level. Everything expands and contracts. Yeah. Okay. So, ash. Okay. So, do we have a question for Ash? Just more information, I think. Just more information on the truth of a universal nature. Yeah. Okay, one. How many more? Sorry, they're very big cards. Just one. Okay. So we've got one in the middle. Dragons. There be dragons. Let me just go there. So this deck is the Gospel of Arabia. It's really nice. I think it's Stacey DeMarco. These cards are really hard to shuffle. It's quite bendy. No, just one. Okay. Okay, and one of those. Okay. So just more information on what is the truth of universal nature. Okay, we've got quite a few there. We want all of them, do we? Okay, one there. And then like that, yeah. Kind of weird, but okay. Right, middle card. Let's see what we have. The hedge. Wow. That is something else, isn't it? So, the truth of a universal nature. Okay. There's a merging with nature here. We are nature. Literally, we are nature. Yeah. We are. Let's see what it says in here. I think they're in alphabetical order. Yes. So, yeah, we are nature, but this is also about boundaries. Plant allies. Herbs for health, balance, and healing. Okay. So, the truth of a universal nature. Okay. So, the darker side of herbalism or hedge witchery is a poison. Okay. So, yeah. So, yeah. hedges. Okay, so hedges. So we are part of this. Yeah, that makes sense. Hedges are, they don't only form boundaries, but they are also, well, they evolve. They evolve and they grow, which is very different to a rigid fence. Yeah. And we are, because we are nature, it's really hard. It's a visual thing I'm getting. So we are the boundary, but we're also inside the boundary and outside the boundary. If that makes sense. That's the void space. Because in the void space, there is nothing and there is something. So it's like a hedge in a field. There is something, which is the hedge, and there is nothing, which is the empty field. Yeah. Okay. I think I've got it. Weird visuals. Okay. Abanon. Ouroboros. Death and rebirth. Return to soul seed. So it's a cycle, which is what it said. Spirals within spirals. Excuse me while I put my bear coat back on. It's getting cold in here now. So yeah, this is the spirals within spirals. Okay. What else do we have? Untapped in the power. Yeah, I think we can definitely say that's a universal truth right now. We all have this untapped inner power, which is, this is the void space. This is the infinite quantum possibilities, yeah? And it says you are getting ready to experience great power from within yourself. Which is here. This is the cycle. Okay, what else have we got? Light-heartedness. It's time to play, basically. As the Hathors say, you want to play? Let's play. So have fun in the void. Have fun with the I would say life and rebirth, because it's not all about death and rebirth. It's life and then rebirth. Yeah, people get caught up on the whole thing of, well, it's only about death. Well, no. In fact, everything is magic. So enjoy it. Expansion. Void space, anybody? Higher levels of awareness underneath the hedge. A starry night. Wow. And we have more expansiveness, because if you've ever been fortunate enough to see a starry night without the light pollution, I think I could probably twice, maybe 3 times in my whole life that I've seen a sky like that, with no light, with next to no light pollution. It is very expansive, yeah. So this starry night. So stars are also about hope. They're about guidance. They're about destiny, yeah. Your destiny is your untapped inner power. There's a truth. Expansion with the void space, life and rebirth. You know, let's have some fun, shall we? Yeah. Okay. Mm. So there are obviously more truths, universal truths, but I think what we've got here is actually quite cool, and it's definitely a way to move forward. And I like that a lot. So I hope you've enjoyed these three aspects of your voyage, of your journey, of your path. Yeah, you know what to do if you did. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this slightly different way of doing it today. Um, yeah, so I will see you next time. And until then, I'm going to say cheerio.